morning. So I just watched a movie that I can only describe as something that I think you would watch as a kid and you would end up completely forgetting about it until years later you see like a clip of it and you get this really big like wave of nostalgia that comes over you. And that movie is The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. So The Adventures of Baron Munchausen is a 1988 movie about a European city during the 18th century, the Age of Reason, that is being attacked by the Turkish army, and the only person that can save them is this like fantastical fictional character named Baron Munchausen. So my initial interest in this movie came when I saw a shot of Uma Thurman as Venus, and I thought it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. I have never seen something so beautiful, and I was like, okay, I gotta watch this movie. This seems really cool. And I ended up actually really liking the visuals of this movie. This movie's a really great example of practical effects and costume design of the 80s, especially when it comes to a fantasy movie. I think a lot of times when we think of practical effects of the 80s, we like to lean on like 80s horror movies with things like The Thing and any sort of like Nightmare on Elm Street, anything like that. I think we kind of lean towards those. But with this, we really get to see those effects in a more fun way in the kind of fantasy adventure genre. So I thought that was really cool. Also, this movie is absolutely strange. It's an absolute fever dream, but it also has like a well-followed plot line. So it's not necessarily going all the way out into like surreal, but it is different. It's something unique for sure. It's like way out there, and I think that's one of the things I liked the most about it. This movie also is constantly pitting our hero, the Baron, against this elected official who is always trying to use logic and reason to solve problems, and yet these problems never seem to be solved. But however, when the Baron comes in and uses his own ideas that kind of seem to defy all logic, he manages to save the town, and he shows the rest of the characters that maybe it's okay to not take things so seriously. And for me, I really enjoyed that. I love the idea of the whole point of the movie kind of being to just enjoy the ride of life and not take things so seriously. And you don't always have to have an answer for everything. I feel like if I had watched this as a kid, I would have really enjoyed that and would have been like really inspired by that. So overall, I want to give the movie a 7 out of 10. I love the visuals. I think the film in itself is beautiful and worth watching just for that. And overall, I found it fun. It's a little bit offbeat and a little bit quirky, but I think it's cool when you find movies like that and you get to experience something a little bit different.